Hi there, my name is FixFox, and welcome to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. This is the FHeroes edition. Last time we finished up Scenario 1 of the Roland campaign, and we are on to Scenario 2. As a quick aside, I want to just make sure that everybody knows that in the description you're going to be able to find the links to the good old games version of Heroes of Might and Magic 2 that you can buy for dirt cheap, and you might as well if you don't have it in your library already, and also a link to the FHeroes edition that you can download. You do need the original copy of some way, shape, or form to make the additional game content run. But again, dirt cheap, very worth it, highly recommended. But I wanted to make sure that you knew that you could find that there. For Scenario 2 here, we're going to start by viewing the intro that bridges the gap between Scenario 1 and Scenario 2. Let's begin.
Well done. Our initial move is an unqualified success. Unfortunately, we have no time to celebrate. The remainder of the local nobility is less than pleased with our recent military victories and have organized their defenses against us. It is up to you to put down their rebellion, but I will need the forces you raised in your previous mission to secure that region properly. Once again, I needn't remind you of the seriousness of your mission. We must win in order to secure the taxes necessary to finance the war against Archibald. I am giving you the last of my gold to raise the armies you will need to force their surrender.
Okay, so fairly self-explanatory there. This is Scenario 2 Annexation, and it reads as such. The local lords refuse to swear allegiance to Roland and must be subdued. They are wealthy and powerful, so be prepared for a tough fight. Capture all enemy castles to win. Now, we're going to have the opportunity to choose which faction we do in this game. First scenario, we had the opportunity to choose a bonus. This time, our choice is whether we start with the Wizard faction, the Sorceress faction, or the Knight faction. I do want to have everyone see the different choices and play through each of the factions. Knight is probably the weakest of the three. I might as well get it out of the way earlier in this campaign because the campaign is tough and only going to get harder from here on out. So we are actually going to pick the Knight faction for now. We're going to click on difficulty, make sure it's on hard. No problems there. And let's begin. You've received a message from Roland. In the absence of a strong leader, the local lords have fallen to fighting. Uniting this area is critical to our cause, so we must not fail. Leaving your castle undefended in this highly contested region will surely lead to defeat. I'm counting on you. Okay. And the very first thing that I noticed in this map is that this is a tiny, tiny map. Look how small this is. I think our starting area in Scenario 1 was bigger than what we have here. And so I think in the very beginning when it says, watch out, like don't leave your castle undefended, I think he's serious about that because that just means that on a small map, anybody could sneak by and take your castle while you're napping. And to be honest, this actually bodes well for us picking the Knight faction. I mentioned last video that the Knight faction is strongest in the early game. You're able to purchase your troops a lot earlier. You can get higher level creatures than say the Wizard faction or the Warlock faction, and by doing that you can kind of snowball the game early. If we had Wizards, it would be very difficult to generate the resources necessary to get the habitats necessary to build the higher level creatures and snowball the game that way. So we start with Ambrose the Knight. We have the best unit in the game with peasants. Bleh. And we have just a few archers to start with. Oh, wonderful. Okay, and we start off with 4 genies, which is fantastic. Genies are a wonderful unit. They are a neutral unit as designated by their background, meaning that no faction can build these units, and it's probably a good thing because they're very good. 20 to 30 damage, 50 hit points, very fast, and they fly. And this is one of the wonderful things about FHeroes Edition by showing some of the unit special abilities in the bottom left under their kind of portrait there, is that you can see that they have a 20% chance to have the enemy When I was a kid playing Heroes of Might and Magic 2 growing up, I had no idea. Just occasionally, I couldn't figure out why I was winning some fights and I wouldn't win others. And it was because a little bit of luck was involved. 20% chance to literally half an enemy stack. You send one single genie to go try and fight a stack of, I don't know, 500 dragons, and all of a sudden that stack can be reduced to 250. The enemy has lost weeks worth of growth. The enemy has lost so many resources that went into purchasing those units. It's an absolute game changer. And kind of makes up for having some weak units early. We'll see how this goes. In my castle here, I can see that I've got 2 dwellings already started and a mage guild, meaning I can purchase peasants, I can purchase base level archers, and the next building that I can buy for creatures will be the blacksmith, which will allow me to purchase pikemen. I am going to purchase the peasants, I will purchase the archers, and I will purchase the pikemen. Archers are serviceable, whereas the peasants are the worst unit in the game. Archers are not great, but they are instrumental to the knight's success because they can help stop that war of attrition. They can prevent losses. They can do fairly good. They're just so slow early. It's critical to get the archers upgraded into rangers so that way they get much more speed and they get the opportunity to do double damage with a guaranteed double shot. For now, I'm going to plan on having to do some strategic maneuvering. I'll have 2 stacks of 2 on the genies, and I'm going to wait actually just 1 second because I know I'm going to want a second hero. I've got enough gold for it. It's not a lot, but I've got enough for a second hero. He comes with 50 peasants and 3 archers. And I'm going to move all these units over so that I can have one hero with more than just the other. I see I've got just gold laying around. I've got treasure chests. I just realized, though, knights do not start with the spell book like the wizarding faction does, but that doesn't mean that spells aren't very, very important. I think that it's going to be very inefficient for me, but I'm going to actually send Ambrose back. I'm going to assume that he's my main hero moving forward. I'm just going to pick one right out of the gate. I'm not going to be very flexible on that. I'm going to send him back, waste some movement points, and buy a spell book for 500. And that was actually an excellent choice. Curse is a wonderful spell. Haste is wonderful as well, and Dispel is great. With these spells, I'm anticipating a situation where I can curse the main stack of an enemy unit. I can perhaps haste my pikemen, or maybe even my archers to make sure I get some initiative. And then just in case the enemy has a very disruptive spell like a blind or a slow, I can then take care of that and get rid of it. So all in all, that's not too bad. The only thing that I hope for in the second tier is some kind of damaging spell like a lightning bolt or a cold ray or something like that. Okay, I've got my ore mine. It's present and accounted for. I hate taking just 500 experience. I'll pretty much always take 1,000 gold when I'm left with that choice. Pick up this gold there. Notice that there is swamp here. The penalty of 175 is a lot more than the road. You can travel 25% further on a road with the same amount of movement points as you could just on grass, and then you go, I guess that's 75% slower in swamp than you would on just grass. We consider grass to be like base level move speed. So having the mine not so far into the swamp is actually good because that'll save me some movement points in the long run. The peasants want to run. We're not going to let them run. We are going to take the experience points. As you can tell, we do have the auto combat on. We're just going to save some time that way. I will fight any fight that I know I'm going to lose some creatures on. And I'm also going to fight as many of the hero-to-hero battles as possible. But I don't think that we need to spend 2 minutes fighting a group of peasants that we know are going to destroy. Early on, we're going to pick up the statue, so that way we can get some additional gold generation. If I'm going to buy it later, I might as well buy it now. Look how the green arrow for my movement is longer in the swamp. That's just indicating that it's going to take more spell points to go that far than it would on this road to move. And you can see in the upper left my movement bar as I go. Yeah, move a lot faster on the road. Shrine of the First Circle, that'll be an opportunity to learn a new first level spell, which I will take. Lots of rogues are guarding a shrine and a treasure chest. There's lots of sprites guarding this crystal mine. Crystal mine is really good for the Knight faction because our 6th level building to produce paladins requires 20 crystal. Right now I don't have a whole lot of crystal, so that'll be a fair priority to get at some point, is to pillage that. Thankfully there's some crystal also on the floor over here just sitting around. We'll plan on getting that as well. One issue with the Knight faction is their prerequisite building. So we got the thatched hut, the archery range, and the blacksmith. The next dwelling would be the armory, but the prerequisites are the thatched hut and the tavern. A tavern, all it does is increase morale for defending troops in the castle. And in week 1, that kind of feels like a waste to have to spend 1 building turn on the tavern. It's a cheap building, but all the same, I'd prefer not to do it if I didn't have to. I don't feel like I have any other choice though. So I'm going to waste the building move, and next turn I should have no more prerequisites to build the armory and get swordsmen. Okay, so we just saw a yellow hero. I didn't see what kind of hero it was, but it's nice to know that there's, on such a small map like this, I'm guessing that means that there's got to be some town right in there, and we have some grand elves blocking the way between us and them. We will see how quickly they come on through here, and that's a little scary because having a enemy hero pop out of the darkness and then immediately jump on a road right to our town could spell disaster. Pick up a few of these resources. I generally would be hesitant to fight skeletons this early, but because I've got the 4 genies, this shouldn't be any kind of fight. We'll take care of that, no problem. And treasure chest, after scouring the area, I fall upon a hidden chest containing an ancient artifact, the Gambler's Lucky Coin. That'll increase my luck in combat by 1. If I had the opportunity between 1,000 experience right now and the Gambler's Coin, I'd probably take the experience, just because experience early is so valuable. And +1 luck, it can be useful, but not as useful as an additional skill, I would say. We're going to purchase the armory. And so again, we have our peasants, terrible unit, archers, they're ranged, they shoot. They are kind of the backbone of early aggression from the Knight faction. The pikemen, they have pretty good defense, especially once they're upgraded. And now we have swordsmen, who are the best attackers early on anyway. The Knight faction doesn't have any unit that really stands out as being superb at anything. They're all just kind of there. Again, the best thing about them is that they're fairly cost efficient with their growth and how cheap they are in their purchasing. With that being said, I'm actually going to let this hero go first. I think it's Dimitri. Yeah, they spelled it very wrong, but to each their own. I'm going to let my Gopher hero kind of waste his movement points in the Swamps of Sorrows away from the ROUSs. And I think I am going to sprint over to the sprites. I'll pick up this treasure chest and maybe resupply on the way through. So that way I can get my crystal going. I feel like with such a small map, and the fact that I have 4 genies now, that means that I really have to push tempo, because the advantage comparatively that I may have over my enemies may be really large because I have these 4 genies now. But the further the game goes on, the more creature growth that happens, that advantage is going to dissipate. It's going to not be as significant. Okay, I'm faced with a choice here. I haven't found a sawmill yet. Yeah, I don't see any sawmill on the adventure map just yet. I don't even see a lot of wood that's just laying around here. And I'm going to be able to choose between spending 20 wood on the jousting arena or spending 5 wood here and 5 wood here to get the upgraded version of these lower tier creatures. The the jousting arena produces cavalries. They're really good, but not game breaking. The upgraded version is one of the fastest units in the game, right up there with the Phoenixes from the Sorceress Town. But they don't have a ton of hit points. I think they have about, I think it's like 40 hit points per cavalry. And it might be better just to invest the wood in some of these upgrades as opposed to blowing it all on one new unit. I think that's actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the wood here, and actually for a level 2 mage guild. I hate that decision so much. Maybe I should push for paladins. If I push for paladins, if I can get 3 more crystal, if I can get the cathedral, that might be the solution. Forego the cavalries and go straight into paladins, and then just hope I find wood later. I think we're going to do that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade the blacksmith right now because it only costs ore. And then as we roll through, we'll make some changes. Okay, so that's new. We've got it, this may be just a hero that they purchased, or this may mean that green is of the knight faction. I'm not sure. But we've got yellow over here, and it looks like we have green over here. Maybe this lake is separating the two of them, and we have a castle here and a castle here that we're going to have to deal with. Which makes me wonder, do I have a castle here and a castle here I've got to deal with? Is it 1 on 4? And am I stuck in the middle? That's the best place to be. That's terrific. I know I didn't use these pikemen when I purchased them, and I wish I had waited. The reason being is to upgrade them from pikemen to veteran pikemen for 5 is going to cost me 500. It's so expensive. 100 gold per unit to upgrade. I'm going to do it because it is going to increase speed, defense, hit points, and that really does matter, but it's not pleasant. Okay, so we're going to stick with this strategy. We're going to go and get this crystal. Hopefully by next turn. Yeah, for sure by next turn. And then we'll have 2 weeks growth out of paladins for the cathedral. Okay, is there anything we do want to buy here today? We can't spend any wood. All the wood's spoken for. But I can buy, I'm not going to buy a farm. I'm not going to pay 1,000 gold for the opportunity, for the pleasure of purchasing an extra 8 peasants a week. Thank you, no thank you. And that means I don't have any other castle or any other unit I'm going to buy there. So I'm not going to spend the money this turn. I'm not going to purchase a building. I'm going to take the experience for sure. Eagle Eye, we know how we feel about Eagle Eye. Not very good. Advanced Leadership, +2 morale. We'll take that. So day 6, we've got to build the cathedral this turn, or else this strategy is very flawed. So I have to get the crystal here, and it's got to be at least 3 crystal. I will fight the sprites. If it's 2 crystal, I'm going to cry. It's 5. Okay, that'll be sufficient. And we're going to get our 6th level creature. Again, the 6th level creature for the knight faction, the paladin, is unupgraded. It can upgrade into the crusader. It's only got 50 hit points. It's a ground unit. It's only fast. It moves 5 hexes per turn. Damage is 10 to 20. It's not that great. It has a double strike, so the damage is effectively doubled, noting that the enemy is going to get a retaliation shot in between my strikes. But it's cheap, 600 gold. Hard to argue with that. Very cost efficient, just not very powerful. Never will stack up to a titan or a giant or anything like that. Okay, we'll pick up some sulfur. I think I better get the gold next turn. So that way I can spend money. But again, by getting the cathedral now, I have 2 paladins in here right now. And then I'm going to have the opportunity to purchase a grand total of 6. Which I think is the strat. I really do think that's the strat. We'll pick up the free crystal mine that we got. We're going to go resupply. And I really do think that it's my job at this point to be aggressive early on such a small map. Otherwise, my base creature growth is not going to keep up with 4 castles, and I'm going to get overwhelmed. I have to be aggressive early. In fact, maybe I needed to be aggressive in week 1, and I've already missed my opportunity. I hope not, but it's quite possible. That's very terrifying. Oh, no, it's not terrifying at all. This is a sorceress unit, and so I'm guessing then that means that that's for sure a sorceress castle in the bottom right. They have the level 1 creatures and a couple of stacks, and the pixies, and then some dwarves. Little did they know that I'm about to drop genies and paladins on them. We're going to upgrade our archers. We're going to make sure that we have enough money for our pikemen. And we're going to wait to recruit the swordsmen because I don't really have space in here now anyway, and I don't have the gold to purchase them regardless. This is an interesting deal because I think I'm going to win this fight. I am not losing 2 genies. It's not happening. I'm fighting this fight myself. Not happening. Probably what happens is the computer sent the genies across to attack the dwarves, and then the dwarves and the pixies just berated my poor genies. I'm going to play defensively. 3 spell power, 3 knowledge. Maybe they're just going to lightning bolt me to death. Oh, I hope they don't lightning bolt me to death. I am going to move further, but not into range of the very slow dwarves. There it is. 30 damage magic arrow. You shoot that 2 or 3 times in a fight, and we're having a real bad time. I don't think I can kill this whole stack of sprites. The problem with stacks of sprites is that because there's no enemy retaliation, I have to kill this stack, this stack, this stack, and this stack manually. I can't just rely on retaliations to take them out. Believe it or not, 112 peasants are actually going to be valuable there. Knowing that I'm going to lose at least 1 genie because she's going to magic arrow me again, like pretty much guaranteed, I'm going to free up my paladin's ability to get to the dwarves. That's wonderful. I don't think I can kill the dwarves in 1 turn. That's going to be 2 turns worth of wax. So I'm going to not worry about trying to kill. Oh no! I didn't realize that my paladins were that strong. My bad, man. My bad. Darn. Nobody ever said I was a tactical genius. So I did save 1 genie. That's wonderful. I lost 3 archers. I lost 1 extra pikeman. I would rather keep the genie than keep a pikeman and some archers. The only thing that makes me sad is that then the enemy fled. If that enemy hero had some artifacts on it, I'm not going to get those. I'm not going to get as much experience as I would if I just wiped them off the face of the earth. But I do get enough experience to get +1 to my defense. And I know that there's some water here. I'm not going to take an extra 33% movement on water. I just don't think it's going to be that valuable, especially for my main hero. So 10% movement on land, always valuable. So I'm not going to worry about that choice. But do I get in the boat now? I could potentially surprise somebody and not have to fight elves or rangers, but the problem is if I do that, then if they're gonna bust through here, it's gonna take 1 full turn to load into the boat and then 1 full turn to drop back, and that can spell disaster. It's probably safer to have my secondary hero, who now has pathfinding, which is wonderful because it reduces the movement penalty for rough terrain swamp by 25%. It's probably valuable to just have them come into the boat once they pick up some of these other resources. I don't think I'm going to need a whole ton of mercury, but it might be valuable to have it for trading purposes later. I do want to go get this Shrine of the First Circle, but again, it's week 1, it's week 2. I feel like I need to be aggressive while I still got genies. So let's go fight some fights. I don't have any other buildings I can really purchase at this time. We're just going to have to suck it up and deal with it. That's unfortunate. You are so dead, man. So if you play chess, you may be familiar with the term desperado. It's when you know you've lost a unit and you just send them to do as much damage as possible. In this case, pick up 2,000 gold and some other resources, and we'll take that. I'm gonna take out these rogues. Unfortunately, the spell that I kind of sold out for was for few resources, which I already had anyway. And this treasure chest is not jam-packed. I don't have a lot of units to build right now, so I'm going to take the experience, even though it's really not very good in my opinion. Oh no. Oh no, there's another boat coming. What defenders will I be able to purchase? I'll be able to purchase some swordsmen and some peasants. That's not bad. But the good thing is I've got left turret, right turret, and the moat, so I've got full defenses in this castle. It may turn out fine, depending on how big this army is, that I may be able to just defend this and be aggressive over here. I'm gonna guess that that's just a really weak hero, and I'm going to try and blitz into this area and be aggressive. I'm not going to fight the Rangers just because I don't want to deal with taking any losses. Okay, that's a pretty strong hero. But I feel like I got to be aggressive. I don't like... I mean, nobody likes gambling so heavily. But it's a small map. Maybe I just have to be aggressive. Okay, so it was a green. Oh my gosh, look at this. So we now have in our in a cute little radius from our hometown a guy with some archers. I can beat them. That's a strong hero. The yellow hero. Wow, that's a strong hero, and that's a strong hero. All three colors are coming at me. But I can't get back in time. I can't get back in time. That's only gonna hurt me. Tell you what, this is a castle here. Maybe the play is to make sure I can get at least one castle, and maybe I trade. I'm loath to do that because I've built my paladins, but we'll give it a shot. I'm gonna go to the witch's hut not knowing what the skill will be. I'll take scouting, it's not terrible. I'll take the fort, and then next turn I should be able to fight this fight. There's no guarantee I'm going to win this fight. There's no guarantee. I'm hoping for the we got to purchase our defenders. I can't upgrade. I don't even have a marketplace, so I can't trade for resources. I can get a captain's quarters. The captain's quarters will benefit from these first level spells that are in here. And I can get these 10 swordsmen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the stacks of swordsmen like this. And I'm going to hope that my fortifications can slow down this guy and this girl. We'll see how this goes. Okay, well, let's fight this fight. The green hero ran into the boat. He's trying to get away, and then the yellow hero has now attacked me. 44 grand elves? Where'd you get 44 grand elves? This is such a loss. Oh my goodness. 44 grand elves. The grand elves have already gone this round of combat, as have the greater druids. And if I cast a spell, it's only going to last till the end of this turn of combat. So there's nobody really to curse. There's nobody really to haste. I'm just going to hit skip, and I can kill these sprites now as much as I can anyway. But otherwise, I'm just going to lose. Absolutely just going to lose. Alrighty. That's good, though. Okay, so beware, blue player, you have only 7 days left to capture a town, or you will be banished from this land. Because I lost my main town, I now have 7 days to either capture my old town, capture a new town, or something. Otherwise, my heroes are going to be like, some kind of ruler you are, you don't even have a castle. And also, in the meanwhile, I'm not generating any gold because it's the castle that generates the gold. So let's fight this fight. Everything hinges on this. If we survive, we have a shot to move forward. If we lose, it's time to restart, and that's okay. Yes, in this recording for YouTube, I will absolutely restart. I will not just save scum, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm flawless and only show you the scenarios where I win. If I lose, I lose, and that's just part of this game. This is a hard game, man. Okay, so the computer thinks that I'm going to lose when it calculates this out. Let me give it a shot and see if I can fight this fight better. This is rough. This is so rough. Okay. Well, okay, and here's the problem, is that they have the left turret, the right turret, and the moat. So they are going to fire at me and just keep on firing at me, and there's nothing I can do. I have to be aggressive. I have to fly over the wall. But when I do, they are going to absolutely swarm my genies. If I don't, though, then all these turrets are going to fire probably on my genies, maybe on my archers. I think the AI is going to target the genies, though. So I think I have to use them, even though I don't love this. I think I have to fly across the map into the teeth of the defense and just give it a shot. I have a puncher's chance, 20% chance to have the enemy. Who's going to go first? Speed 5, speed 5. So if I hit the Master Swordsman here, there's a chance I can have the stacks, and then if the Veteran Pikemen hit me, then I can retaliate, and maybe I can half that stack. It's a pretty lame chance, but it's the best chance I got, I think. Okay, so I didn't get lucky, and they slowed my paladins. This is not going well, and I'm shooting over the wall at half damage. You can see the broken arrow as my cursor instead of the normal arrow. Yeah, this is going to be a loss, and that's okay. These things do happen. I don't even have a way to get in their castle yet because my ballista can't break through their walls. The Knight faction has fortifications, which makes it so it's harder to knock down walls. I did finally get through, but now I have to wait one turn as I'm crossing the moat. That's going to slow down my paladins even more, and now they're dead. On the positive, though, now my archers are doing full damage to their rangers. It doesn't really matter at this point. I'm just mad, and I'm going to go kill some peasants because why not? In fact, I'm going to let the auto combat finish this fight and see what the computer would do at this point. So the computer is prioritizing the shooters, which is a smart move. If you can take out the rangers, then in theory, eventually my catapult can take out the left turret, the right turret, and the main tower defense that is doing so much damage to my forces. And if they have no other archers, then they have to sally forth out of their castle and chase me down. Defeat. I have been eliminated from the game. Ooh. That looks like beef jerky. Okay. So there's that. So I'm going to have to go to load game, campaign, and good 2. Oh. Cancel. Cancel. I got to go to the end of 1. It's going to replay the intro. I'm going to skip through that. Let's reevaluate. Do we stick with the knights or do we do sorceress or wizards? I think we stick with the knights. Again, it's a small map. I don't think sorceress or wizards are going to fare any better, to be honest. So the difficulty is going to stay on hard, and we're going to push through. Let's go. Again, Roland saying that we have to leave our castle With defenders, we saw that that was critically important this last fight. It's just got to be done. We got to make it happen. I don't think that starting units are necessarily going to matter as far as, you know, what amount of peasants I get, what amount of archers. Last time, pushing to the cathedral didn't help. I feel like that was the wrong choice. I do feel like that was the wrong choice. We're still going to get the blacksmith. I'm going to assume that I'm not going to need to use these pikemen right now. I'll save the 500 gold, and I'm not going to purchase them right now. I will purchase the archers, though, and the peasants. I am going to make sure I get a spell book, and I'm just going to have this person be my main hero. Magic arrow is valuable. Shield is good because it will take reduced damage from ranged attacks. It does not matter against castle defenses, though. It doesn't help there. So that is unfortunate. But at least when I'm fighting archers or the sorceresses have 2 ranged units, it'll be very valuable there. Okay. And in fact, I'm going to split the genies into 3 stacks. Let me think. Was the ore pit that important? I think it was. I think that I needed that ore. I do think I needed that ore. I think that was a good choice. I'm going to take the experience. I think maybe I was under-leveled before. I died with about 6,000 gold in my coffers, so I'm going to try to focus on experience points this time. The halflings are no match for the genies. I am going to still buy a second hero. I'm going to buy Maximus. He starts with only peasants. And once again, because peasants are so useless, I'm just going to let him walk around with 1 peasant. And if a stiff breeze comes and ruins his day, so be it. Gonna pick up the ore there. Oh no, that was probably bad pathing. I probably should have pathed this way. In fact, I know I should have. The only plus is that now it forces me to take this gazebo along the way. I may not even take that gold. That might be just too many movement points. Or maybe not. Lots of centaurs, so last time that fight was pixies, this time it's centaurs. That does change things. That does change things. How does it change things? It makes it so I think to myself, taking that fight with genies will be okay, because I'll take reduced damage once I'm right on top of those ranged units. Gonna take all the combat spells I can get. I'm sure that gold is very tasty. I will get it later. You know, yeah, and that was another time where I did side to side, north, south, east, west movement instead of diagonal, just to save on some movement points. Lots of peasants. Great. If you had 1 archer, you could take out all those peasants, buddy. And in fact, actually, last time I had my secondary hero kind of run that gauntlet, I think this time I'm going to have him just go that way and see what we can find. Remember, we got to get the tavern. See if we can get some better spells here. View resources again. Can't stop, won't stop. Gonna buy the armory, and it's not gonna take that many units to take out lots of peasants. I might as well. I'm just gonna buy a couple. Generally very inadvisable. I'm just trying something here. Okay, so green is being active. Thankfully, we got some good deal there. That might be huge, actually, that we have pathfinding. And we'll take luck, because then it lets us go into the swamps a little bit more than we otherwise would. Maybe that means that we take out these dwarves and get this power ring. Is it a power ring or an evil ring? I think it's an evil ring. I don't know what it does. I don't know if it's just mana regeneration or spell point regeneration per turn or what. but it could be useful because there's crystal there. Because this other hero is going to go this way. And then, so if I could pick up the crystal and get another treasure chest and pick up these halflings, that might be worth my time. I still think I should try and be aggressive in week 2. But for now, we're just going to do the best we can. Okay, I lost 14 peasants. I'm not going to fight that battle. I'm just going to assume that 14 peasants isn't so bad. Shield, I've already got that in my other, in my mage guild. Hold on. I could just walk right into this gem mine. It's not defended once I take out this kind of end cap. That's interesting. Okay, last time I labored over the decision of, cathedral, jousting arena, or just getting upgrades for the archers and the swordsmen. I'm still laboring over that fact because I haven't found a sawmill. I'm going to try getting the cavalries this game. They're a good unit. They've got a pretty high attack skill, a decent defense. Again, their hit points are 30. So low. But they are very fast even before they're upgraded. And they do okay damage. The growth stats actually fairly fine. An extra 5 a week, that's going to be okay. That will be helpful. So let's give that tactical decision a shot. Okay, you're getting a little close to those grand elves for my liking, buddy. I will fight the halflings. We'll take that. I'm gonna take the pathfinding. Yeah, that is excellent. So now I really feel okay, kind of getting some of these side objects. A little extra gold, a little extra sulfur, and a witch's hut. The witch's hut's a little bit of a crapshoot. I don't know what it'll be, but this is my side hero. I'm just gonna take the gold. I can't reach the gem mine, so I'm going to. There's wood. Let's go get wood. Sawmill. Okay. So in the future, going left is very important because so many of my buildings are dependent on wood that by finding a sawmill, being able to get something consistent is going to be critically important. That is huge. In the event that we have to do, some kind of restart again, knowledge is power. Wisdom, we'll take it. Yeah, and we will, for better or worse, do just a little bit of metagaming. Now that I know this is here, I'm not going to pretend like I don't have a sawmill anywhere nearby in future playthroughs, which is kind of the best reason why doing a blind playthroughs or playing through a game after years and years is so wonderful. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm really having a lot of fun with this. I hope you can tell. Okay, so we got a sawmill. We'll pick up some of this extra wood. 8 wood in 1 stack. That's terrific. We're going to use that to upgrade. What's the priority? I'll be able to do... I think I should probably upgrade the archers and then the swordsmen before I upgrade the cavalries into champions. It'll take some time to regenerate that wood anyway, but then I'll have 2 ready to go units right out of the gate. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to have any problem fighting off this hero. I will purchase some defenders just because. I'm gonna wait on the cavalries. I'm already broke, by the way. I'm already broke. So getting gold, going into here, getting this treasure chest. A golden bow. It eliminates the 50% penalty for my troops shooting past obstacles like castle walls. I'll take that. I think I'd prefer the gold, but I'll take it. There's an extra 1,000 gold there. I still need to pick up this gem mine. I anticipate this hero is either going to run around here. They're probably going to take that treasure chest that I was saving. My bad. But otherwise, they may just get back in the boat now that they see that they can't get my castle. Yep. I'm fine with that. I will try and take out this pack of dwarves. No problem. Okay, I find a small tree that closely resembles the great warlock Karnoth with a ring around one of its twigs. Scraps of clothing and rotting leather lead you to suspect that it is Karnoth, transformed. Since you can't help him, you take the magic ring. And it does return 2 extra spell points per day to my hero. It's like having advanced mysticism for free. Taking the gold, getting the crystal. The oracle, what information would I want from the oracle? It's one step out of your turn, out of your way. Just go get it. Nestled among the trees sits a blind seer. After you explain the intent of your journey, the seer activates his crystal ball, allowing you to see the strengths and weaknesses of your opponents. So this is valuable. So I know now that I have a total of 4. There's 4 of us here total. Why is that important? I wasn't sure if there was 1 castle here and 1 castle here, but I know for sure there's 1, and then only one more faction. The faction to the north that separates me and the swamp, they might have 2 castles, which would be terrifying. Otherwise, I've got the most gold. Total army strength. Orange is better at fighting than me. These guys, okay, so that's good to know. So green, the guys in the bottom left, they did what I did in my first playthrough, and they went for paladins. So that's good information. They went for paladins, so they probably spent a lot of resources that they don't have to spend on upgrades now to get those paladins. They're going to have 2 weeks of growth then, so they're probably going to have 6 paladins when I fight them. They probably got 2 now, and they'll probably get 4 more next week. Not to mention all the pikemen, the swordsmen, the archers, the rangers, things like that. Okay, alrighty. We're going to take that information and run. Again, I really don't think that I can afford to just sit on my haunches and try to outgrowth stat all these bad guys. Oh, hey, friend. What you doing? That's a tough army, and they may be coming to really take me out. I'm going to get on the road. I can for sure get into my castle now. I may not be able to fight this fight and get into my castle, but I don't think that they can get all the way up here. So I am going to take them on. The enemy has fled. Can I cheese the fight? I'm going to give it a shot. I don't think I'm going to be able to cheese the fight. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to cheese this fight. Dwarves go 1, 2. So if I attack just the outer units, the inner dwarves won't be able to hit me. Will it matter? So if 13 dwarves do 4 damage, they could totally kill 1 genie. So yeah, I'm going to avoid getting hit if I can help it. And by not just charging in blindly, that may make it so they don't run as quick as possible. Oh, darn it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, 18 hit points left. I am very happy about that. So, Genie is going to split. This Genie is going to do some damage. We'll see how much damage these 2 genies can do. Okay. I actually did worse that time. And I was right that I'm not going to be able to get back into my castle. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I wonder if I should just have Maximus pick up that... Oh, what happened there? If I should have Maximus pick up that treasure chest. Probably not. I'll just have him go low so he can go around and get into the boat in just a second. And maybe, because if yellow overextends, I may just do a full buy, take out their biggest hero, their biggest threat, and then get their castle in there. In fact, that sounds like a wonderful idea. I am not going to get the level 2 Mage Guild. Well, I'll make that. Well, no, I got to make that decision now. Do you wait? Do you wait one turn and get... Do you want champions or do you want a level 2 spell? Level 2 spells are not guaranteed. The champions, I know exactly what I'm going to get. I'm not going to take the gamble. I'm going to take the more for sure option, especially since they're right on my doorstep. Going to upgrade all my units. It's still worth it to upgrade these units, especially the archers, and the peasants are officially useless. My champions are now ultra fast. They have 7 speed. While they don't fly, they will still get across the map in a hurry. Other units to purchase. I got 3 more veteran pikemen. And I have some peasants who are defending the castle. I think I fight this fight. I think Maximus gets in the boat, and I will see what else he can do around here. Assuming this goes well, which I think I should be able to beat this fight, I'm probably just going to dive right into their territory. The enemy has fled, so I am going to win this fight. It looks like it's going to be incredibly costly, though. Let's see if I can fight the fight better than the computer can. So champions are going to go first. I have to consider, with their greater druids who shoot and their grand elves, what's going to be their primary target. The reason I'm asking is because I do have shield, and that can reduce damage for that single stack. If I pick right, then I can save a lot of units. Because I lost 4 genies in just the auto combat, I'm guessing that the genies are going to be a pretty big target. Very fast, very fast. Yeah, and so I'm going to shield the genies. I'm going to try and stay out of the range of the unicorns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'm probably going to do this. I chose right. And I feel like, knowing that the Grand Elves are probably going to attack the genies, maybe it would be best to attack the unicorns, who are going to do more damage. I think I will do that. As long as I don't kill the stack, the dwarves shouldn't be able to get to my genies. Okay. So far, so good. I haven't had any good luck so far. I haven't had any of my genies half a stack, but it is only 20% chance. So, granted, when I attack something like Medusas, who have the same opportunity to do a 20% chance to blind, it feels like it happens all the freaking time. Or unicorns with a 20% chance to blind, yeah, it feels like it happens all the freaking time. Is it worth 10 spell points to use Magic Arrow? I think not. And they're not going to have any more shooters, so I'm not going to shield anybody. I am going to not even attack the Greater Druids. I'm going to know that they are going to take the melee penalty when they do attack my champions, and I'm going to attack this big stack of dwarves. Wonderful. Yikes. Okay, well, and that's why they're heroes of might and magic. The pikemen and swordsmen will clean up that one dwarf. Oh, and now he runs. I did that wrong. Wow, I am having an off night. I did that wrong because I should have attacked the dwarves. The druids had already gone. I was going to have champions go again, and they fled. The enemy fled because the dwarves had like a couple of dwarves left in that stack, and then they split. I could have done that differently, and I should have done that differently, because I think that the rangers would have definitely killed that stack of dwarves. Unfortunate. having an off night, can you tell? So I did lose a lot of those genies, but having one left is still useful, I think. And most importantly, I got rid of so many bad guys. It's day 7, so more units are about to pop up. I don't think I can leave. He just has to go this way one turn, and then I'm sunk. I think my best option is to utilize my pathfinding. He's going to be slow moving through this thing. I should pick up units, as many as I can, and then just ambush him in the swamp before he can run away. That's what I should do. And that is what I'm going to do. So we're going to wait a turn. I'm going to let him kind of do some exploring safely. Actually, and I'm going to go pick up this treasure chest because it's free and cheap. And I may even grab the centaurs in a second. We'll see. Okay, okay. I'm going to just let him scout as safely as possible. Grand Elf growth +5. So their elves are going to have +5. That's a little frustrating. I'm going to take the 1,000 gold. Do I need the crystal? I have 16 crystal right now. Is there any chance I'm going to get the cathedral anytime soon? It's going to take a while to generate the 20 wood necessary to purchase that anyway. My gold's going to be tied up anywhere somewhere else. It's usually a great idea to get this crystal mine. I'm going to wait because I've got just more pressing matters. In order of importance, I think that my ranged shooters are priority number 1, and then I think the champions. 200 gold, 375. Who does more damage? Absolutely the champions. But the rangers generally stay more safe unless the enemy is focusing them down. So I got a pretty decent stack of champions. I'm out of gold. I can't even buy one more pikeman. How far can we get? Is this a good fight? Potentially it's a good fight. With one genie, potentially this is an okay fight. I will be able to catch him. He's only going to get to about there because of the swamp penalty. Okay, I don't know. I wish I could see their hero, because if they send another hero this way, I would like to know that in advance. Interesting that the green AI hasn't sallied forth yet. I'm okay with that personally, but okay, well, they were apparently in the boat. I didn't even realize that they were in the boat. A sharp-eyed viewer probably would have noticed that there was a yellow flag at the very top of the boat, but I did not see that. Okay, let's go fight this fight. Oh, wonderful. So I am going to lose the genie, but I'm going to do some terrific damage. I'm guessing this is about as good as I can do, quite frankly. I am going to try and fight the fight because it just feels honorable to do so, but all the same, nice to know that the AI thinks that I've got a good chance at winning this. Priorities here, 2 shooters in the corners here. If I had a haste spell, I could have my champions cross the battlefield in one go. As it is, it's going to go champions, then the archmage, then the genies, and so on and so forth. So my best option, I mean, shield is just the better spell because 10 points of magic arrow damage just suck. I'm going to want to make sure I protect the rangers, I think. Just make sure nothing bad happens to them. Maybe I'll get good morale. Nope. And because those shooters have already gone, I'm going to have the rangers take out the halflings. And now, knock knock, open up the door, it's here. How did the computer fight the battle so much better than me? Maybe they sent the genies across the battle and they got excellent. Maybe they have the stack somewhere. I don't know. I'm going to skip and wait. Okay, so if I play this right, I may be able to end the fight and not let him run away. Champions kill the rocks, and then all three of these units are going to have the chance to attack before the iron golems get to move again. So if I can kill the rocks here, I think that I win before he can run. I definitely think I can win now. Perfect. So I lost 2 extra swordsmen, 1 extra pikeman, 1 champion, and 3 archers. I did so much worse in that fight. Let's see if it was worth it. Spell power and knowledge. Okay. That's it. Oh no. It's not super fantastic. Spell power and knowledge are a lot better for a knight though, because I got a +2 of each now. My spells are going to last for 3 turns instead of 1. I'm going to have plenty of spell points. That artifact is gigantic. It can't be overstated, and yet I'm feeling the pinch because I'm just so worried about losing so many troops. Let's pick up this Mage Guild. Blind and Lightning Bolt. So actually, you know what? Beating that hero, maybe this is some cope going on, but beating that champion, that enemy hero, I think is actually going to be helpful in the long run because of the +2 and the +2. That's actually, it's percolating. It's percolating. I got a feeling it might be valuable. This was my hero from the last game. I don't have the money to purchase a second hero. I just don't, and so I'm not going to even worry about it. For the first time in a minute, I'm going to be happy to have peasants in my army. I think that earlier I actually picked up basic wisdom, so it's worth it to me to get the 3rd level from my mage guild. Cold ring and mass dispel. Okay, all right, this is working. Cold ring is useful because it does damage in a circle. So if I have one unit that's only a 1 hex unit, I can cast Cold Ring around them, and if they're surrounded, everybody's going to take a whole ton of damage except for my guy. Otherwise, it can be used to attack 2 enemies at once. Might be valuable if they're, separating their pixies into multiple stacks, that kind of a deal. Otherwise, remember, I don't have a ton of spell power. I'm not going to do a ton of damage with this, but all the same, there can be some value. Okay, it looks like they're sallying forth. I killed, okay, let's be clear. I killed Orange's main hero, I think. I've killed Yellow's main hero once. If I can kill Green's main hero one time, I will be on top of the pile. There's a part of me that wants to go get this crystal mine. There's a part of me that says, look, if he lands here, that might be the time where I purchase whatever troops I have left and roll the dice a little bit. Okay, since he landed there, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go pick up this crystal mine. 62 peasants. That's so many peasants to lose. Let's see if I can do better. Because this is a 2 hex unit right in front of my champions are actually going to get to cross the battlefield in one go. I'm going to cast shield on the peasants. Maybe I can save a couple. Might as well try anyway. Actually ended up saving a lot of peasants there. That was kind of nuts. I saved a lot of peasants. And at this point, even though I don't really love peasants, partially it's the principle of the matter. Oh gosh, he's got giants. How strong are these guys going to get with their creature growth of paladins? They're going to get stronger for sure, but these guys can just really take off because they've already got giants. This is an option. If I had more gold, The ruins is where I can recruit the Medusa unit. Medusas are really, really strong. They're really valuable. If I can bait him into attacking me in my castle with all of my bonus defenses, that would be ideal. I can't even afford the last peasants. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to bait him, but look, it's day 7. So if he, it's because he's in the swamp, he might take the crystal mine, he might kill the boars, maybe not, but since he's got full stacks, I doubt that the computer AI is going to like dismiss the peasants to make room to buy Medusas. I may be able to get one more week worth of growth and then take this guy out. Yeah, he's too far away from me right now to get, but I think I'm gonna have him on the run. Let's buy the Rangers, and then let's buy 2 pikemen. Okay, this is about as I'm much happier with this situation than I was with the other one. I'm not saying this is going to be an easy fight, but I think this is doable. Okay, the enemy will flee. That's wonderful. Let me fight it. I do wish I had a haste. And the reason I wish I had a haste is that being able to just hop right onto their rangers could be great. What I'm thinking here, though, is because there's a lot of units left to go, if I don't cast a spell, then he may use a magic arrow or something stupid on some of my units, and then I can just come in and blind his rangers. And that's my biggest concern right now, is the amount of damage they can do right now at range. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to kind of go into a defensive position. He does have 4 spell power, but only 1 knowledge, so he can probably hit me hard once. Let's see what happens. So we cast Bloodlust. I don't know how many cast. Okay, so Bloodlust is 3 spell points. We're going to blind his rangers. And then we're just going to play this defensive game where my rangers are going to start shredding anybody but his rangers. Because they're blind, we're going to let them stay blind, and let's see if we can take out these paladins. Wonderful. Okay, and that's excellent. So he has that was a cure, I think. Was that cure or dispel? So he casted cure on the rangers, so he maintained the bloodlust, but he lost the other spell. He lost the blind. Guess what? You now are blind again, and you're out of spell points. Let's see how this goes. I wonder if the AI is going to send his troops across the battlefield to me now, or if he's still going to wait for the blind to wear off. If he does wait for the blind to wear off, I'm literally just going to keep reapplying it. This might be the easiest fight of my life. Yeah, this is the easiest fight of my life. Okay, so now he's coming across the field a little bit. He's saying, hey, wait a second, this isn't working for me. Should I take the initiative and fight? The paladins can't reach me now, but if I move across, they will be able to. It's only 1 paladin. And let's take out this big stack. What's the game called? Heroes of Might and Magic. It's kind of an important thing. And yeah, we're just gonna not let these rangers breathe. In fact, 32 rangers is still a lot. I just want to take them out as much as I can. The crappy thing about this is that 8 is not a lot, but the peasants are about to go again. I think I'm going to have to waste my ranger's shot here. I'm going to have to Both of these units are going to go. And so I've got one lightning bolt that I can cast if both these units don't kill the Rangers here. Okay. And I walk away a tremendous victor. Pendant of Free Will. There's no hypnotize spells that are going to hurt me anymore. Medal of Courage, +1 morale. Excellent. Witch's Brooch, +3 spell power. That's why he had that spell power. And we're going to take the expert. Oh, geez, this is actually tough. How many more turns are there left in this game? It's week 4, day 2. There's a good chance there's only like another 30 turns. If I take basic estates, that's going to be worth 3k gold? Is that going to be the difference maker, or is the leadership the +1 morale? Tough to say. I'm going to take the leadership. I'm going to take the leadership. And then I'm going to go get. I really think I just did enough damage there that he's probably got more units there, but now I think is the time to attack, especially because their castle defenses are better because they've got the fortification because they're the Knight faction. If I can take them out now when they're weak, that'll be better. Okay, I'm actually okay with this because then I should be able to kill him and then get into my castle and garrison there. The only concern now that I have is that spell power. I still have plenty of spell power. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay. We're going to do the same basic deal. See how well this works. Okay, I feel like that was a wasted spell for him. Going to blind them and just go full defense. Let my archers tear them down. There's one archer there is not going to draw my ire whatsoever. They're gonna come across the battlefield right now, so I might as well get the first initiative strike. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody that attacks either of these troops are gonna get hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to let the veteran pikemen. I want my archers to soften up the pikemen, so I am going to actually break the blind and just start doing some damage there. Okay, we're going to cast blind there. Surround the pikemen. Not attack them, just surround them. Okay, and then the one archer did say, hey, this is not my fight. I'm going to get out of here. Overall, though, again, it's more about the troops lost and less about taking out that hero at this point. Because who's winning the war of attrition right now, me or them? Totally me. Totally me. And I am happy with the way things are going. I do have that crystal mine, so it's quite possible that by the end of this week I'll have enough to trade for the crystal I need, and I'll still have the wood. Otherwise, let me pick up the rest of these standing troops. In the event that someone tries to backdoor me, I will have a couple of pikemen left over. I'm guessing that if I go this way immediately that the sorceresses are going to try to come back this way, so I actually think I need to go after the sorceresses instead of the green knights. That's just rude. Okay. Okay, let me fight this fight. The auto combat said I lost all 38 rangers. That simply cannot be allowed to stand. Who are their ranged units going to attack? Absolutely the rangers. And so a shield is going to be my absolute favorite spell here. The only concern is this would be a time where if I was them, would I choose between, you know, a damaging spell like a lightning bolt with 2 spell power, or would I choose to remove the 50% off of range damage that I'm going to get from shield? I would probably do a utility spell instead of a damaging spell. Maybe I'll get good morale, which is why I'm going to move about yay far. That's actually pretty rough because now the unicorns are going to get the initiative and they're blind. Okay, but so be it. That was actually a really strange move in my opinion from the greater druids to just move. I really don't understand that move. That's kind of interesting to me. Sprites are not going to do a lot of damage on the retaliation. I might as well try and kill that stack. And there you go. That's why I'm going to lose so many of my rangers, which is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I am going to blind their unicorns. I don't want to deal... Well, which is better? To unblind my champions and let them do damage? I think so, because then they might waste their next spell on me. Mass Dispel is going to get rid of their haste and their bless, but it's the only option I have right now. So everybody, no spells for anybody. Then my champions get to go. And now I'm on top of their shooters. That's good. Yeah, we'll take that. And actually, I think that if I go here and I just sit, then the unicorns aren't going to have enough movement to go all the way around. And that is perfectly fine with me. So, let me take out the greater druids now. Let me take out the pixies, and they miscalculated. Now I win instead of letting them run. I will again take 4th level spells or 25%. Yeah, because I got that one artifact with the +2 wisdom and the +2 spell power, I'm going to take the wisdom. Because then I can pick up my 4th level spell. I can get my 4th level mage guild, and that might give me a really kick-ass spell. Do I have Mercury coming in anywhere? I do not. And I don't have a marketplace yet. I'm going to actually spend the money to get the marketplace so that later I can trade as necessary. Because I really think that might be just a game changer. Let's see what this 4th level spell is going to be. Two 4th level spells. Meteor Shower and Holy Shout. Holy Shout's not going to help me this game because there's no undead really to battle. But Meteor Shower is an AoE damaging spell. Better than Cold Ring. Better than just Lightning Bolt. Because it can do more than single target damage. The only problem is it's 15 spell points. So you're probably going to get... I could get 2 off in a fight. Chances are I'm only going to be using 1 of them a fight. And then I'll probably use utility spells for the rest of that fight. It's day 6. I really need to recoup my spell points, and I don't see a well anywhere around here, so I'm gonna wait overnight. Here's the thing: if I wait overnight, I'm probably then gonna want to wait 2 nights because it'll be day 7. Yeah, but here's the thing: if I wait 2 nights, then they're gonna get another bit of creature growth, and all that forward progress, that momentum I've been gaining, I'm gonna lose. Very difficult to say. I gotta have the spell points, so I gotta stay here overnight. That's kind of nifty, actually, because that's a strong... No, I don't know if that's a strong hero, but that's his hero anyway. Let me purchase them. I'm only going to have 2,000 gold to spend on units tomorrow. I think I missed... Did I choose wrong? I think I chose wrong. I don't think I can get here in 2 turns. I might be able to get here in 2 turns. Let's give it a try. We're going to ignore the +1s. We're just going to go straight for the castle, and maybe we can take their castle before they get the chance to purchase a new group of units. Let's see. No, I'm so close, but so far away. And I'll be able to defend anyway. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is terrible. That was absolutely a mistake. That was absolutely a mistake. Okay, so how do we make the mistake not as bad? Can he reach there in one turn? 1, 2, 3 steps through the swamp. He might not be able to. This is going to cost me a lot of units, and I may not even win. This is my best chance for success. Now, if I purchased a hero, both of these heroes have basic wisdom, and I could have access to my 3rd level spells, like my Cold Ring and my Mass Dispel. Otherwise, I already have... Oh, I need my Captain's Quarters, actually. I'll pick up my Captain's Quarters, so that way I'll have access to some spells for defense. It's only +1 attack, +1 defense, +1 spell power, +1 knowledge, but it's something. And archers are always valuable in a defense. Pikemen are the 2nd most cost-efficient defenders, and then we have to use the marketplace, and we just gotta sell out, man. We've just gotta survive. Am I gonna use sulfur for anything else? No. What? I had no idea that knights could get a 5th level mage guild. I thought they could only get a 4th level mage guild. No, wait a second. No. That is an addition with the FHeroes. It used to be that knights could only get the 4th level spell, or the 4th level mage guild. Now I'm wondering, do barbarians get access to 5th level spells in FHeroes? Is that like a balance thing? Did they say, look, the spells are too valuable, you can't say, hey, sorry, your faction sucks and you're never gonna get 5th level spells? That might be a thing. That might have been a balance change that they've made. And why does that matter? Because it depends on whether or not I sell out all of my resources to get that mage guild later or not, if I just try to get the troops now to survive. I don't have expert wisdom anyway right now, so the choice is clear to me that I still sell out everything. I trade everything I can just to make sure I can survive. But very interesting decision. If I do sell all my crystal, then I'm conceding the fact that I'm never going to get a cathedral in this town, this game. How much will 2,700 get me? It'll get me the rest of my pikemen. They'll get me my champions. Is it worth it to mortgage my future for 750 gold? That'll bring me to a total of 900. That'll get me 3 extra swordsmen. Is it worth it to mortgage the future for 3 master swordsmen? I think no. I think that I can survive this, and I think I can survive this with what's in my castle. I know I can't survive that either way, so it won't make a difference. Don't mortgage your future and hope they can't make it this turn. Okay. They can't make it this turn. Okay, now we're gonna buy 4 more. I almost messed that up so bad, and I truly 100% believe that would have been the biggest mistake, to attack, and even if I win that castle or not, I think that would have been just terrible. The only benefit to me would have been that then I'd have access to the paladins, but just not worth it. This just feels safer. This feels better. Several giants. If he starts to run, I'm going to have to try and take him down now. I'm going to have to take him down before several giants becomes lots. He might attack me in my castle, though. Do me a favor and attack me in my castle. He says no. We'll buy the last 2 swordsmen. I'm really glad we didn't mortgage our future. I really think that I gotta fight this fight. Probably the best thing I can do is split which stack. He's got 2 shooters. No, he's only got 1 shooter because he doesn't have his halflings. So he's only got Archmage. Archmage. It'll be better to have 2 fast stacks than it will be to have the slow stacks. So the slow stacks are my power stacks. And then the champions can give me some tactical maneuvering. Let's go get him. Okay, the computer thinks I'm going to win. And just straight up win. He's not even going to get the opportunity to run. So let's fight it. Champions are going to go, champions are going to go, and then their archmages are going to go. And their boars. 6 knowledge, 2 spell power. I think I'd prefer somebody with, you know, well, which is better? I think that I'd prefer somebody with 6 spell power and 2 knowledge. My meteor shower will do 150 points of damage, and I can hit 2 units at the same time. 150 points of damage. How many archmages is that going to kill? Call it 40. That should be 3 and then a little bit. And that'll kill, you know, call it 3 rocks. So 6 creatures. Will there be a better spell? I mean, blinds might be critically important. I don't think I can blind titans or giants though, because they're immune to mind spells. So things like blind aren't going to work. It's just weird because it says it clouds the affected creature's eyes, but I think it still counts as a mind spell. It's like a debuff type deal. I could do... I don't really care if I kill the rocks at this moment. They're going to fly across the battlefield and come within the range of my swords. I might as well just lightning bolt the archmages, save the flexibility with my spell casting, and still take out, you know, their shooter as much as possible. The only concern is that then if they... Well, the nice thing is I have 2 stacks of champions, so next round I'm for sure going to get to go first no matter what. So let me do lightning bolt, and even if they blind my champions, I'm still not going to lose initiative on the first round of next fight. So we took out 4 of the archmages. I'm going to kind of move into a defensive position, knowing I probably can't block off this whole archer anyway. Oh yeah, I can actually, because I'm a genius. Excellent. The fact that he just used a curse is wonderful. This is so weird. This AI move where the archmages just run south, that can't be optimal. That just can't be optimal. I don't know what the thought process is there. Is it to move them closer to your iron golems, who are your main defenders? And you just miss out on a shot? I have no idea. Veteran pikemen are better defending than they are attacking, so I'm not going to attack the rocks. I'm going to let the rocks, again, fly into the teeth of my defense. And plus, I don't want the giants to get initiative on that fight. Do I end the archmages? I think I do. I make sure I just take them out. I'll do more damage than they have here, but I need to. I did think I needed to do that. And then, because the giants are so big and beefy, do I start whittling that stack down, or do I take out as many boars as I can? Because their average speed, if I can get their last very fast unit, that can be very helpful. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can get them out of the way, then unless they haste their giants, I should be able to maintain initiative. The fact that they used Curse there instead of any other spell is a little bit baffling to me. Like literally any other spell. Okay, we're going to just take one step back. And so they must have not much in their mage guild that's worth talking about. That's all I can think about, really. I'm just going to start lightning bolting the crap out of these giants. That's going to be one giant every time I cast that spell. That's huge. And then we're close enough. Let's just get us around and start destroying them. I could cast Dispel and get rid of their stone skin. I think it'd be better just to do the flat 150. Wonderful. Okay, so this battle is won for sure. I've mitigated the losses fairly well. All my troops are going to get to attack. I think I can kill 15 iron golems with just what I have here. If I need to, I can cast lightning bolt. They're just gonna take 50% reduced damage. That morale was huge, actually. Yep, easy peasy. We got it. Wow, big, and I lost only 3 champions. Again, though, I don't know what those archmages were doing. That was so weird. I think we take the logistics. The plus 10% is so valuable. I need to get a thesaurus so I can stop saying the word valuable. It transcends usual worth. Other words for valuable. It's of high portent. It's dang good. Yeah, it's finger licking good. That's a thing. I did save a couple of spell points. I still have 12. And so I think I can fight this fight now with no concerns. I'm just going to take that result. And now I'm going to go and take out the sorceresses because for this reason, I can see when this champion will leave the town. I'll know if I need to return and play defense. This has been a really tough tug of war, going back and forth between, defending and attacking. If I can clear him out, I'm going to clear him out and then kind of go back into this defensive pattern. The problem is that now I'm starting to get stuck. If you notice, I'm getting stuck on my pure defense. And while I'm having good fights, I really am worried that eventually it's going to catch up to me. I'm just going to go to the very middle of the battlefield. So that way I can get anywhere next turn. The pixies are going to ruin my archer's days. Yep. But we can kill the stack right here. Okay. Low on mana. Let's just recoup the mana. And then hopefully they try and come out and I can just take them out. Nope. Alrighty. It's day 7. And we know we can't get there in one turn, right? Because we tried this before. No. Look. It says I can. It says that right now I can go from my castle to theirs in 2 turns. There's a little number to the bottom right of the sword, just like there's a little number to the bottom right of the horse. And it says I can get there in 2 turns. We're doing it. It's day 7. They're not going to get one more week of growth. That is my castle. My castle. That dick. Look at that. He blocked me, so I can't. He blocked me, so I can't get there in 1 turn now. This is bad. I don't know how we're going to resolve this thing. Okay, I'm going to accept that. And yeah, and now I'm 1 away. And now I don't think it makes sense for me to attack. I've got to go home, and I've got to start getting my cathedral. I've got to get my cathedral. It's got to be my priority. I can wait until I generate the crystal naturally because I've already it's already a new week, but oh jeez. Oh jeez. I can beat that army. He's only got a few giants. Let's fight this fight. My archers are going to shoot his halflings before his halflings can attack me. So I'm willing to take the damage from the boars. No, I'm not. I'm not willing to take the damage from the boars. I'm just going to go a preparatory step. Oh, my bad. Halflings are totally going to destroy my rangers. I wish I could defend. That was a terrible decision. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Let's get these rocks off of my archers. Let's... I do believe that the rangers can kill 59 halflings. He's got no defense, and I've got 7 attack. I think that if I can just kill these giants, I'll be fine. Let's see if swordsmen and... Yep, swordsmen and pikemen can kill the one giant. And now just to make sure that I'll kill the halflings, I'll lightning bolt them. And then, yeah, I think the archers would have killed them anyway, but I just had to make sure. Nice thing is that there's a magic well right there. And I just picked up +1 knowledge. So I am thrilled with that outcome. I'll buy everything I can. Because my goal now is just to get 5,000 gold before the end of the week. If he attacks my main town, I'm going to be absolutely put out. How many? I've got 1 slot left. I'll just roll the dice and see what I get. Navigation. Wonderful. The best spell in the world. Or the best skill in the game. I didn't plan on this happening. But here we are. Somehow I ended up taking the wizard town before I ended up taking any other town. I'm so happy with that result. I'm not even going to question it. I'm just going to take it. Orange player's been vanquished. There's no random hero running around. This is perfect. And look, 6 giants. 6 giants. What else do they have? 6 giants is all I really need. I got plenty of gems. Next turn, I'm walking away with some really tough units. I'm going to combine my champions. There's no way he's going to take my town. If he does, I'll be amazed. Yep. And we're set. Witch Doctor's huts. These are +1 to knowledge. At this point, I've got enough knowledge. I think I'll be fine. I just need the troops. I'm going to spend to get enough gold to buy 1 more giant. I'll take the hit to the morale. I've got expert leadership. I think that just won me the game. I took enough fights where I whittled down the enemy opponents. They weren't able to then take out my defenders, and that freed me up to go and do some other things. And now with some giants, I feel like I'm going to be more comfortable in sieging a castle. Okay, we are out of movement points. We're just going to stay here. let's go to here and figure out which. So I can only kill one. Let me take out the tougher one first. I think that this is the tougher one with several paladins. Enemy has fled. I don't want to lose 22 archers if I can help it. With 3 spell power, it's possible she's just blasting them with something. Okay. Because rangers only have 10 hit points, it makes a lot of sense to kill 15 of them right now and kill some of these master swordsmen. Maybe they'll run quicker, and maybe it will save me more troops in the long run. What a good spell. I'm very glad I didn't advance too far out. We will meet you on the field of battle. We're going to take out your strongest unit. They're ultra fast now. They're speed 7. I think they're going to get the initiative this next fight because my champions went first this round. I think that their paladins are going to get to go first next round unless I wasn't sure if my rangers would kill them or not. Okay, so there's that. I'll take out your next fastest unit. And now you're gone. Okay. Good fight. Good fight. They're not going to be able to get too far. I am not worried about the sulfur. I'm not worried about my precious resources at this point. Let me see if I can do this battle better and not lose 10 rangers. I think the best thing I can do is, again, to consider just taking out a whole bunch of their troops. Okay, okay. Am I gonna need ore? I've got the cathedral now because now I'm getting the gold from two bits of 2 castles. But the thing is that I'm saving my money for giants anyway. There's no, it doesn't help me. I really don't feel like it matters. If I buy, I'm probably going to want a second hero anyway. It's going to cost me, you know, the money to buy 1 giant, but I'll still bring 2 giants down, and then that way they can be available. For this push that's coming up. I can't get through the swamp, but how far can you get? That far. So, and I'm gonna have her sit on the road right there as a preparatory step. And let's just dive. If she tries to backdoor me, I'll be able to kill her as well. I better do both. I'll accept those results. I'll accept those results. Green is gone, and now my 3 castles to this 1 sorceress it's not even a question. This battle's over in the best way possible. Okay, so let's just go and clean them up. Well, I guess I should have checked. Yeah, it's not worth the movement points just to pick up the 2 archers. Send. We'll stop in one more time. That's going to be a little annoying, actually, that they're going to try and cross the ocean in a boat, because, wow, that's actually a fairly decent looking army. I'm going to have to defend that other castle for 1 turn. That's just kind of weird how that works out, but maybe they're just saying, hey, desperate times and desperate measures. I wonder what else is up here. I've never really explored up there. Okay. Before I forget, let me get some defenders. Is there anything else I need here? I do have a captain's quarters. This guy is a level 3 warlock. He already has some spells. I'm gonna recruit him for the defense. And for the first time ever, I'm going to dismiss an army unit, just so that way there's no problems in the the AI figuring out who should be in the castle and who should not be. Just for funsies, I'm going to upgrade the cathedral and upgrade my paladins to crusaders. Did you see that? It costs so much gold to upgrade from paladins to crusaders. It's 400 gold, just, you know, the difference between the silver paladins and the gold crusaders. But 4 cost that much? Oh my gosh. I'm going to let him attack me. And if he tries to run, then I'll know that I'm good to go. Take that fight, no problem. We're just going to end our turn. Since he tried to run, I will pursue. Maybe I shouldn't have pursued. Okay. That's why I shouldn't have taken this hero. He was a loser. That's why he lost to me in the first place. Come on. I don't even have any damaging spells on this hero. But if I haste, I'll be able to hit I'll get the first initiative on these unicorns. I think that that's going to be a worthwhile move. Especially since their ranged units are going to focus down my crusaders anyway. That way I did get some value out of them. I'll take out the pixies just because that's something I can kill a whole stack of. It's generally valuable to kill one whole stack of something. Then it just simplifies the game. It's like in chess. It gives you the opportunity to simplify the game. It gives your opponent less opportunities for counterplay. Just for funsies, this is the first time I've ever had to do this. I can surrender, which it'll cost some gold. The enemy hero says that, yeah, your hero can run and you get to keep your 15 peasants and you just have to pay me 150 gold. Or you can just say, I'm just going to run. I'm going to retreat. And my hero runs away. It's going to lose anyway. I'll just let him run. Yeah, it's a new week, so I think that if he does go in the boat and try to pick up that town, it'll be fine. I will. He's still the better hero. I'll pick up him, maybe potentially to dissuade them from coming to attack me. Oh, what are you gonna do? You've got 7 days to fight in a town, or to get a town. That's the guy that was the wizard. He was a level 4 attacker. I'm gonna pick him up. And we'll see what this guy in the boat does. All right, now he's saying, I'm going to go get your main town. Buddy, no matter where you go, I'm everywhere. Alrighty. It was kind of sloppy there at the end. I should have wrapped this up a lot sooner, but that's the last guy. Yellow's been vanquished. And that's the end of Roland's campaign number 2. So far we've spent 105 days in this campaign. The first 60, if I recall, were scenario 1. That scenario took about 45 days. That was slow. I really wish I could have wrapped that up a lot quicker, but it took what it took. And I did have to do one restart there. So we are going to stop for this episode, and and we will come back next time and do scenario 3. We have the opportunity to either do scenario 4 or scenario 3. I'll tell you right now, if we're going to play through the campaign, we're going to play through every bit of the campaign, and that includes the optional bit, especially because it'll be worth it in the long run. I'll talk about it a little bit more at the start of next video, but for now, it's time to say goodbye. FixFox out.